Government allowances and pensions. There are many different types of government assistance or allowance schemes which are monitored by Centrelink. Assistance is available for the unemployed, the aged, students, parents, carers, people with disabilities, and so on. Each one of these allowances has basic eligibility criteria that needs to be met. Let's look at the aged pension. Now we're going to be looking at lots of different allowances in this lesson, so I'm not going to go into detail about every single one. There are different rates of age pension payments for single people and couples aged 65 and over. Your rate also depends on your income, assets and other circumstances. The tables below show the payment rates and income test. So, if we just look at this one, pension rates per fortnight. Now we have single, couple each and a couple combined, and also for a couple who are separated due to ill health. And remember, this is per fortnight, and a fortnight is 2 weeks. So the maximum basic rate is $776.70 for a single person, and you don't need me to read all of these for you, you can read them. There is an income test for this payment. So, if your fortnightly income is up to $160, then you get the full payment. But if it's over $160, you lose 50 cents for each dollar above 160. So just as a simple example, let's suppose that your earnings were $162 per fortnight. So that's $2 over the 160. That means you would lose 2 lots of 50 cents, which is $1. So if you were on this pension, you'd get $775.70 instead. You'd lose $1 of the pension. Now there are different criteria if you're a couple combined or illness separated and so on. So the criteria for payment differs according to your circumstance. There are youth and study allowances. There are a number of different allowances available for young people. These include youth allowance, Oz study and AB study. So let's have a look at youth allowance. Financial help for people aged 16 to 24 years who are studying full-time, undertaking a full-time Australian apprenticeship, training, looking for work, or sick. You may be eligible for youth allowance if you are 16 to 21 years old and looking for full-time work or undertaking approved activities, 18 to 24 years old and studying full-time, 16 and 17 years old and have completed Year 12 or equivalent, need to live away from home in order to study, or considered independent for youth allowance. 16 to 24 years old and undertaking a full-time Australian apprenticeship. So that's obviously equivalent to studying full-time, apart from the fact that you start this at 16. Now we could delve into the table, but we're not going to. We'll do that with the examples, but you could pause the video and have a quick look at this if you want to. And also with the Oz study allowance, financial help to full-time students and Australian apprentices aged 25 years or more. So this one over here, the youth allowance was 16 to 24. The Oz study is for students who are older. And again, there are criteria. I'm not going to read them all out. You can read through them yourselves. It's in the notes. And there's also the AB study allowance, which helps with costs for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians who are studying or undertaking an Australian apprenticeship. And there's eligibility Again, for these, you can read through those in your notes. We don't need to go through them. And the table here, which is in your notes, shows you the amounts payable in different circumstances. Now, there's quite a lot of these ones, as we'll see. But what you need to be able to do is read about a particular set of circumstances, find the appropriate circumstance, and then find the appropriate amount of money that is linked to that circumstance. And there are many, many cases here. So you need to be able to read information that you're given and then choose the right set of circumstances.